right, I'm gonna give you a moment, right? Because you deserve more than just a Mr. Fashionista, fashionista.
Oh.
We love your shoes. Like me and Vivian have already talked about tossing a coin to see.
Right?
Yeah.
Who's going to get it?
It's going to be like you guys when I grow up.
All right. Hi, Mrs. Dimples.
Hi, Bongo.
Do you want to see her dimples?
Heads up, we're here chatting and sharing our opinions, hoping to inspire, connect, or maybe even heal a little. Again, just our opinions. Some topics may be sensitive or triggering, so please take care of yourself and step away if you need to. We are not experts, doctors, or professionals, just real people sharing lived experiences and personal views. We truly mean no harm, and we apologize if anything we say unintentionally hurts or offends anyone. We do not condone violence in any form and do not support harm toward others. We can't cover every scenario, so if anything comes to mind, send us your thoughts via email or DM. You can also join us live on TikTok on Sundays at 2 p.m. Central Time. Please follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking subscribe right here, like this. If this episode made you feel good, please like it and leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. Okay, let's banter.
Hi everybody, this is your girl Adam Dimbango. I love my name. It is my pleasure to welcome you to another episode of the Banter Brigade, where the African diaspora says it as it is. From culture to chaos, from taboo to truths. It is a safe space where every opinion matters and will be listened to. The topic for today is co-parenting and the idea of children being used as tools, aka baby mama, baby father,
Drama.
Before we get into that, let's meet the people that make me happy. You know I was coming for you.
Yes, but
Hi.
Hi.
Why is the producer telling us that we look like a couple that's going to therapy?
Man, that's what my sharing. That's what you from the camera.
Are you guys couple? A couple?
No.
She's my daughter.
I wish I was that young. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I see. I got it now. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna give you a moment, right? Because you deserve more than
Yes.
just a Mr. Fashionista, fashionista.
Oh.
We love your shoes. Like me and Vivian have already talked about tossing a coin to see.
Right?
Yeah.
Who's going to get it?
It's going to be like you guys when I grow up.
All right. Hi,
Hello.
Mrs. Dimples.
Hi, Bongo.
Do you want to see her dimples?
Yes, I want to see her dimples. You want to
honor
smile?
our guest.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
So that's a trigger, isn't it?
No, but let me tell you something about the dimple. I think I told you earlier.
Yeah.
When I first met my husband, he came with roasted fish, and he was getting on my nerves. Then he smiled. And
And
there
they're
was,
like, on the nerves.
he relaxed all the nerves because of the dimples. It's so beautiful.
So this should be my cheat code.
Yes, and then when I was pregnant, I kept praying. I'm like, my son, I need those
Did he?
dimples. He does. Yes, so cute, so cute.
Well, you guys are lucky.
Oh, inside joke.
Mhm.
Well, it's not an inside joke, it's an inside thing. She put me down like it's not even a joke. She was telling me when I'm in the delivery room and I'm about to have my baby, I need you and my mother there. If that baby comes out and that baby smells and I don't see a dimple, you tell me what
Who said that?
She said, I'm like, what are we supposed to do for this baby to have a
They
dimple?
say that you
I
can
love
just
it.
press on their jaw, immediately they're out because they're still fragile.
Oh, my.
and then after that one of the massage must be do it every day for like
Jesus.
3 months.
So when I want to do, why tell me the breastfeeding one feature the massage jam, tell me what she want to feature, why you go in and tell me
Upon delivery.
Upon TV, that's what
For
she said.
deformity, because
Yes.
you know it's a
It's a-
deformity.
Thank you.
It's a deformity.
It's a
Clinically.
deformity. It's official deformity.
Yes.
What does that mean?
You remember that I even sent you an article saying that
Yes.
you said those people like the person who did that research, they hate that. That's what you said.
They call it a
No,
deformity.
It is a
they don't call it a
deformity.
deformity. It's a facial
It
deformity,
is.
actually.
Because normally you're not supposed to have dimples.
Yeah.
That's not how you're supposed to be formed.
Yeah.
It's because there's a nerve that was a little bit tight.
We want the tight nerve. Well, welcome, Mrs.
Thank
Dimples.
you. Thank you. My God.
All right. See,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to introduce you.
Just call my name.
No, but you're bigger than that. But I'm gonna give you a moment to just tell us, like, this is your show, right? This is the Doreen show, right? Okay. But I'll call you Dr. Doreen because that's a great achievement.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. You look so beautiful. Natural black beauty.
You're right.
I'm shy.
I don't think so.
Since when?
Yeah, I know, right?
Since I get compliments.
Ah.
Welcome to the show. Thank you so much. You made it here through the storm and what ice, right? It means a lot. I make it a point to say this to every guest that has sat on this couch, because you guys have shown us so much love.
Yeah.
Right. You and I have gone back and forth refining stuff. You're so open, right? You're so welcoming. So when Sam, I told Sam to reach out to you. He was like, you reach out to Hannah.
I feel like so over worry.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then I did, but I was so scared. Like the day you called me, your energy on the phone was so nice. I don't know who I was talking to, but I knew you. I was talking to somebody, and then I said, "Hey, I have this person who's calling me because I think I called you, you didn't answer, and then you had to call me back." And I feel like if I miss this call, I'm missing an opportunity. And then I throw your name in there because your name is a name. I'm like, "Oh, I know that. Okay, go.
Yeah.
You know?" I'm like, "How would I go talk and say, hello, is this?"
Oh, no.
You know? But you're so open, so friendly. But prior to that, I had stalked you on Facebook. I mean, I already know who
Yeah.
you are, right? From wait.
Yeah.
It's through your husband, especially.
Yes, yes.
So I respect
No,
you.
thank you. I'm
And
happy to be
then
here.
to know that you're this mighty, I'll use that word, right?
And so
but you know-
humble.
and you're this humble, and then you make
God
this
be the glory.
ultimate sacrifice to be here. It warms our hearts.
No, I'm so blessed to be between these power ladies. So help me God. So we're all very powerful in our
No,
own
I
unique
will
ways.
not find say you just take it easy. You go chew if you come today. But okay, Dr. Doreen,
Yes,
please
ma'am.
tell us about yourself. There's so much. I want you to use your words to. This is your own. Let me tell you one thing that I hate for work. End of year performance review where you have to go and.
You give yourself review.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I feel like
Self-evaluation.
this is me sounding so narcissistic because I'm going to tell you things. So tell us about you.
Yeah, so I am really overwhelmingly happy to be here, honestly. I at the beginning I was like, oh, that's my again with another show. But when you sent me the topics and I saw about the women and when I looked at the show, I'm like, this is so really amazing. And everybody needs to know about this show, and I will definitely spread the word. So I'm really happy to be here. And again, I'm Dr. Doreen, I'm Pastor Doreen, I'm Mommy Doreen, I'm Mommy Pastor. They call me all these names. But at the end of it all, I call myself a woman after God's own heart, just like David was. I am a professional consultant and coach. I was in healthcare leadership for a very, very long time. And I opened my own business called Positive Outcomes, where we help businesses right now. I have an organization called the Abigail Framework, which we have conferences for ladies called to arise, believe, ignite, grow, and lead. So it's a whole framework. So I do that. I'm married, and this topic really is really good because I have a blended family with 5 kids. So I came with 2.
We're twinning on that. We're twinning.
Okay. So that's me, guys, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yes,
Welcome.
yes, yes,
So then let's go into the topic.
yes.
Co-parenting and the idea of using kids as tools. Let's hear your take on that.
I think that the first thing that we should have in our mind is that we should never put our kids between adult conflicts. regardless of how it happened, what had happened was, when it happened. We as women or men should be extremely intentional. I call something called conscious awareness. Being that you're really going the extra mile to not bring this kid into adult issues. So I really think that if we do that, because why are we single parents or co-parenting? Because we had an issue, there was a conflict, there was something that we don't like each other, and that's why we are in that place. But one thing we need to really remember, and I'll give personal example, I'm very transparent, with that. I feel like the mothers or the fathers we have to intentionally find a way to work with each other. For example, for myself, I am in a blended family, but I can call his wife, at any time. When I had the Abigail conference, she was promoting it. She will call me because I practice conscious intention to avail myself and to show that love is love, regardless of that. So where does it start? It starts by healing. It starts by putting that thing on the table. Yes, so many things might have happened. We were together for a while and it didn't work out. But I don't really focus on what he did. I focus on how I could be better. Because I believe that everything we go through is a journey to get us to an outcome. So I was very intentional to look at myself and say, Doreen, you did this wrong, this could have been better. That is not saying that he didn't do anything wrong, but I have to focus on me.
Yeah, taking accountability for your part that you played.
Exactly.
Yes.
And because of that, I could see the glow, and because of that, we could really, this is practical example, we could co-parent with love. Because as I'm also a marriage counselor, I have situations that you can see the kids and you know that they are damaged because of what the mother and the father they're doing. So you have to pause and practice that conscious intention and walk and look at you and what can you do and stop blaming. And then focus on the kids.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, go ahead.
You go. Okay. So, this is you, right? Like I said, we're twinning because I also have a blended family, right?
5.
Yeah,
Five?
5. Yes,
amazing.
5.
How many boys? How many
4 boys and 1 girl.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm like,
I have 4 boys and 1 girl. Are you kidding me? Yes.
I'm jealous of you. You go shift to this side. You take my friend.
I don't really take your friend. Yes.
Yeah. So I love where you're coming from with all the positivity and all the positive energy and all the positive intention. Do you believe that you can still bring all this positivity, positive intention, and yes, towards just sharing love and spreading love, regardless of what has happened, whether you were there or not there, or concerned or not concerned, and the other person is still not willing to.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Your expectation or your perception doesn't determine their expectation or their perception. Because you give love doesn't mean that the love has to be received. Okay?
Yeah.
So I am more determined with a woman arising from their current state, meaning your state and my state. Okay? And doing what I can. Will it be received? Maybe not. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You've done what you need to do. And you just have to consistently, you don't have to force it. Just do you. Be authentic in showing the kids that I am doing everything with you in mind.
Yeah.
My son told me something a month ago, Caleb. He said, Mom, being a single mom can be the worst thing to happen to a child. I was like, whoa, did I do something wrong? What's going on? I'm like, why are you saying that? So he was telling me about his friend at school, and the mom is using him as a comfort. The mom is using him as to like, everything is because of you. I stayed because of you. I'm working hard because of you. So the child is feeling guilty. The child is being responsible for the mom's love. That's why I focus on you. When you focus on you and you work on you, I'm telling you, that's how I was able to get married. Because after some time, because I went through a long time of grieving, why am I single? But I said, you know what, let me heal, let me cry through it. Let me face it. It was hard. I didn't want to talk about some things. I didn't want to deal with some things. But when I decided to do that, by God's grace, the right person will show up.
I agree.
Was
So,
it easy when the right person showed up? No.
No.
in the course of grieving, there's a child. Where is the position of that child? How does it feel? What are the type of questions the child asks, and what are some of the possible response that can help put that child in a stable mindset?
That's a really good question. And again, people approach co-parenting in different levels and different states of awareness, right? Where I am, awareness is different. And also with the age of a child, because it depends on the age. Because some of these kids, they're too young to understand what's going on between mommy and dad.
Yes.
So just let them be, okay? Do not open a can of worm, all right? Just don't talk bad about their fathers or their mothers next to these kids. You understand what I'm saying? But when they start growing up and they start asking questions, you just have to be honest and say, you know what, mommy and daddy didn't work out, but daddy's really, really good. But like you asked me, there are some co-parenting that daddy's really bad or mom is really bad, and the kids are seeing it that mom is really bad and daddy's really bad. That is when you have to work with your child as a team for the child's emotional well-being. So you have to be very intentional what the child is saying and how you're responding to it.
I like that we are all focusing on the child, because that is the important entity in all of this, right? I know that there is that. Let's just take a different scenario and then we'll come back to the child. There's always a scenario where, you know that I know that you guys are friends, right? I know that we were friends and then we're falling off. And I know that you're very close friends with Sam as well. And I know that there are certain things that if I do to Sam, it will hurt you. So Sam has not done anything to me, but I'm using Sam as a tool now to hurt you. So I do that thing to Sam because I know that it's going to hurt you. Now, I'm not only ruining, I've not only ruined I don't want to say I ruined. I'm not, this relationship is not, it's not already bad. I'm probably also by proxy wanting to hurt Sam for no reason, right? And now these are children. Now we're talking about some example, Sam, which is he's mature, he can process certain things certain way. Now you bring that back to kids. First off, divorce is, I think this is something that people don't recognize. Divorce hit really hard on kids, right? And if this is something that I personally think that if you know that your relationship is it's ended, the first thing to do is put the kids in counseling so that they can cope with that separation and understand understand how process the what is happening and then understand how to cope in that situation, right? When you guys are separated, because it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing with how they feel, how they look at other relationships. They're gonna go to school, they'll see their friends' parents coming to school with why is mine different, right? So it's first of all putting them in counseling so that they start working on that before you guys even officially separate, right? And then when you guys separate, find a healthy way to co-parent with those, co-parent so that you guys just find a way to guide these kids to be healthy humans out there. Now, when you start using a kid like a tool, you start putting pressure or putting them in. Take for example, right? We are friends, and then I put you in a situation where we are falling out. I put you in a situation where I want you to support me, right? Like I'm telling you something and I want you to support me. But you know for a fact that you cannot take sides because it's going to then ruin the relationship between either you and her or me and you. This is where you're putting this is the position that you're putting a kid when you're probably about mouthing the other parent to them.
Sure.
And all of that is playing on their own psychic, how they see the world, how they would treat other people when they eventually get into a relationship.
I have seen a lot of, and this is really a foundational problem, right? The way we behave when just being a professional and leading teams of over 300 people. My difficult team members are the ones that come and complain about relationship. It goes down to the way they were raised. or what happened in their homes. And even without counseling, you can start by even talking to them. Having that connection, because you connect before you correct, right?
Yes.
Having that connection with your kids, having that one-on-one with them, and letting them know. Sometimes the kids will even be the one to say, you know what, mom, dad, I don't think y'all need to be staying together, because they will see exactly
What is
going on.
happening?
And there's this word that says, hurt people hurt. I remember I was never married, so the divorce process, I cannot speak to it. But I remember that I was very intentional not to stop my ex from seeing the kids, regardless of how I felt, regardless of how the pain was. And that was my mom. My mom said, regardless of what is happening, because that is vitally important to their
them.
emotional well-being. You know, I know we are in a society in America where, you know, there's so much as you can do this rights and all that stuff. But I had to learn to put certain things on the side for the sake of the kids, so that they have that visibility, and also to make my ex feel comfortable and free to come home. I remember when I got married, you would see my husband and my ex sitting together, talking, and you will not even know that, you know.
Emotional maturity.
I think that was easier for you because the other person was understanding and was not dramatic. What about a situation where, especially when the other person still has feelings for this person, and they use that child as a weapon to fight whatever? For example, this is just an example. Your ex might still have feelings for you, and they use the child as a weapon to get to you. Like they use them like as a messenger to know things from you, take it back and forth. Is it okay to distance the other parent? That, okay, for at this point in time, for the well-being of that child, I want to create this space between you and I, so that we can help to properly bring up this child.
I would say I was perfect, or I didn't have hurt or bitterness or anger. If I say that, I'm totally lying, right? Because I'm also a human being. We, you know, my ex, you know, we medical school. We went through all this process from Nigeria. We had a whole history of about 10 years. So I can't say it was fun. It was painful. It was hurting. And I was looking myself with this perfect home. Now you're finishing medical school. We can have our home. We have our 2 kids. It was hard. So let me not even lie. So the hurt and the pain was there. But what I was able to do, which I still don't understand how I did it right now, was to separate that from him seeing the kids. At some point, I even let the kids stay with his family. It was still very painful. But I always remember that my first is a boy. It's a son. And I know that, and my mom too, so much into, was really dead in my ears all the time. Like, you can't do that. So the hurt is there. But you just, again, like she said, have to be very intentional to put the kids, and if there's any message we want to scream in this show today, is to be very intentional to try. I cried. I was depressed. I was down. I cannot lie, even, you know, but I was just very intentional to put that aside for the sake of the kids, which can be very hard.
Yeah.
But you just have to try.
But why do people do that though? Why do some parents use access to kids as a way to resolve conflict with their partners? What is
To be honest with you, if I don't say that came to my mind, I'm gonna be a liar, right? Because I'm just a normal human being. Especially when you still care about that person, you love that person, you don't want the person to go. And then you have part of that person in your home. And now your human self, you know, want to use that as a tool to make that person come back.
Okay, so it's coming back, not hurt them. Because there's other cases where it's like, are you...
Both. Come back and hurt.
Yeah.
Some might be coming from a point of financial stress or emotional stress.
Where you're using the kid like,
Yes,
same money.
Yeah, they use the kids to
Yeah.
get their
No,
way
but
through
so
it.
in the point, in your case where you were just emotional, you were hurt.
I was hurt, and I think I had just bought a house. My car was repossessed. I think my car got repossessed. I just bought a house at that point. Financially, it was tough. I remember my dad had to send me, was it what did Dad say, the Western Union, to pay my mortgage from Cameroon. It was a journey for me. And during that time, I think I got promoted. I became a director of pharmacy at Mount Washington Pediatric Hospital. It was a transition, but I had to go through that. So what we can also tell people is embrace that pain, because that makes you who you are. And that's why I can stand and speak from different dimensions, right? Because I dealt with that pain. And most of this happened when I was pregnant with my second. So I was a single mom of one. I'm pregnant with the second. Do I fault him? As I speak today and the world might hear it, my ex is one of the greatest dad. And I can say it to the world. He takes good care of his kids.
Nice.
Because as I was healing, I realized that I had to separate all of that from his kids. He has the right to be who he wants to be. So if he doesn't want to be with you, you have to respect that and you have to move forward. And that's how I could boldly walk to the ex-wife. How are you? Nice meeting you. Oh my God. It takes courage and it takes being intentional. So regardless of all the odds, right? What we have to do is to help people to heal. To help people to go.
And it's a good thing that you talked about healing, because I think that sometimes, right, is the lack of healing, the pain just sitting there, that is also causing you to use that child as a tool to hurt the other person. You say hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people hurt.
Right.
They will also say healing doesn't have a time frame. It can go on forever.
Which is
Yeah.
true.
To say
but
that heal first is not
it's
really
a
realistic
process. We're not
expectation.
saying heal first. It's a
process.
process. You would never completely heal, right?
Right.
But start the process of healing,
Right.
which is going to also help
Right.
you
How do you do
with a
that?
healthy co-parent.
How do you start the process of healing? How do you
Counseling.
make yourself heal?
So
You
I
can go to counseling.
What helped you?
You can start by accepting your reality
How did you
and not, because some people are in denial.
yes.
But let's talk to Mommy Doreen and understand like a process.
Yes. So healing is something that you have to want to do it, right? So the first thing you have to do is be conscious and wanting to identify what is your current state. Why am I feeling this way? You know, people mask it with different things. They can mask it with going out, having a lot of friends, going on trips. There's this women empowering thing going on right now, which I can talk about it. That's another episode. I don't want to go there. But people mask it with different things by having that adrenaline, social media, having all the likes, and you know. But you have to be by yourself when nobody is, and ask yourself that question. You know, I do that every day in the morning. I look myself in the mirror. Who are you? Who are you? Have you ever asked yourself, eyeball to eyeball to you? Yeah, try that. Who are you? Why am I?
I'm just going to laugh.
You're gonna laugh.
I don't speak to myself.
You okay? So affirmations are amazing.
I do affirmations.
Yes. Why am I feeling this way? Or if you don't say I am great, I have the perfect husband, I have the perfect home, but you cannot affirm without you can affirm, but start by knowing what the issue is, the bottom line of it. It might be very uncomfortable because you will cry. I remember when I thought my ex was the problem, then I realized the monster that I was. I had my own issues. Maybe monster is a strong word, but we always look at that, but we don't look at us. So you have to look at who are you and what were the issues, the last 3 problems you had in that relationship. What was it about? How did you handle it? Speak to yourself, put them on the table. And that's why I'm so passionate about the Abigail framework, because you must first arise from your current state. Abigail is the acronym. Once you arise from that state of who you are, when you talk to yourself, believe it or not, I'll give you my number. You will call me. If you can't call me, I'll make you talk to yourself. Okay? Yeah.
I have this question.
I love it because you have to go inside your soul. You have to go inside your being to find out why is. I've seen beautiful, smart, intelligent women around with them in the hospital when I was at Hopkins all the time, but they cannot settle for one relationship. It comes and it goes because they have not been able to look at that thing that triggers them for the claws to come out. I call it claws.
Okay, so one very important aspect in this whole thing is the upbringing of the child and whatever emotional wound that the child has would affect them during adulthood. And there's a conception out there that a single mother, in the case where the dad is not present in the life, cannot bring up a full-grown responsible gentleman without the help of a male figure in it. So is it possible, is it just a perception, or is actually something that can't happen in the absence of the man?
It's possible, but I know so many single moms that have raised amazing men, right? So we have to constantly be in the mindset of personal growth and development. I have 5 kids, so as we're going through January right now, they all write what their goals, and we revisit them monthly. So you have to also find mentors. I have a mentor. I always have a mentor, maybe one or two. Somebody that will hold me accountable to certain things and redirect me. So if you're a single mom and you're raising a male child, you might need to look for a brother, an uncle, a pastor, somebody that can fit in if the
That's a
dad
male
is not
figure.
there.
That answers my follow-up question, because I was about to ask, like, when the child start getting to puberty, when he needs adult male attention, where does he get that education from? But what you just said answers
Let
the
me,
question.
let me take us back a few steps just before Sam's question, because you talked about, you see women who, or colleagues who had relationships, they're in and out, or but they cannot keep it. Do you think part of it is that they hold on to hurt? Because I'm a firm believer of, if you leave one relationship, try to heal completely and be whole again before you get into another relationship, because carrying that hurt into another relationship can just cause more problem for you in that relationship. Do you think the reason why these women were coming in and out of relationships was because they were still carrying hurt from one relationship to the other, and they're not truly and fully healed, which means they're not whole in themselves?
I think that too, and I also think personal awareness, right? Yes, you have to have that gap between one relationship. Like meeting my husband took me 4 years between my ex, but you also have to have personal awareness of knowing what triggers you, and you have to have that conversation. You understand what I'm saying? You have to know you. So what is happening is that they heal. They don't even want the ex anymore, but they've not dealt with what triggers them. So what I do is that I put them in that place for it to be triggered intentionally, especially if it's a couple. So I do some tests that I make them do. Then I know what triggers the wife, I know what triggers the husband. Then I put them in that environment so that the claws will come out several times.
So they
can heal.
know
So they know
what
it.
that
Exactly.
that's the trigger.
I understand you said they need time to heal, but do you also know that there are people who easily heal when they have another person in their life? Like when they are single by themselves, it takes longer for them to heal. But by the time they have somebody in their life, their healing process goes faster.
Let it be authentic and let it be genuine, right? Let the reason of having that person in your life, let it not be because you
You're
want to
trying to-
heal. So in every relationship that you're getting into, you want to look at your authentic self. Am I getting it for a reason, for money, for love, for what? Or is it somebody I really care about? You understand what I'm saying? If I tell you guys a story where I met my husband, I said, God, this is not the man I prayed for. I mean, my current husband. I said, in all my prayer and fasting, I can't breathe. Like, are you serious? What happened? Oh my God, yes, I did. But after some time, I realized that there was a reason for God to bring my husband the way he did. Because he was going through, I'm like, he was broken. I picked up my phone and even called the ex-wife. Because I believe in, communication. What happened? And I'm like, God, I'm so disappointed in you. God said that because I wanted you to learn, because you're going to be there for other women. So I think that when you're going through something, and you rightly said, if you don't ask the reason for that thing, if you don't go and look at yourself eyeball to eyeball and say, why am I going through this? Look at yourself in the mirror. I said, why? Look, I'm beautiful. I'm so I know I'm pretty. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to. I know I'm the most beautiful person in this world. But why am I going through all of this? You understand what I'm saying? And when you sleep, those questions will come back, because it's there somewhere in your subconscious mind. Because your subconscious mind, as we know, doesn't discriminate. It stores stuff from your childhood. It stores everything from your past relationship, and it's just there, waiting for something to trigger it. But you can trigger it by speaking it out. So when it comes out now, you want to be authentic. So don't get into a relationship hoping that will help you forget about the previous one. It might, but that will be a band-aid. That will be masking.
That's it.
We don't want to do that. All right? You want to have a conversation with you and say, what am I masking? Women, we can do lashes, we can do wigs, we can do anything to look beautiful. We can go on trips with our
And to
girlfriends.
make us feel better for the moment.
So,
But we're masking, and we're not being real.
there are also situations where a girl might be having a relationship with a boy, and the boy made it clear to the girl that I'm not ready for a child right now. maybe the girl is ready and happens to get pregnant for that guy. Immediately he tells the guy, I am not ready, I'm pregnant. The guy disappears, quits the relationship. The girl start bringing problems, fighting the guy. So is it okay for the guy to leave, or the guy still bears the blame for not being responsible to take care of that child?
So I'm going to say something about being pregnant. It's a spiritual thing, even in couples. They face a lot of issues when the woman is pregnant because life is coming. So you have to be spiritually inclined as to what is happening during that time. Even married couples that love each other, there is something that happened.
I'm saying it because I've said it on this couch so many times.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
There's something that happens spiritually when pregnancy shows up. It can either be the woman, it happens to men a lot, but it happens to women a lot. So at that time, if the guy chooses to leave, it's very unfortunate. You understand what I'm saying? You have to find a way to be strong through it. If you know.
So Sam,
But just it's a spiritual thing that happens when a woman gets pregnant.
let me also ask this to kind of understand like the second part of the question. You say if the girl is causing trouble, is it okay for the guy to leave? Is the guy leaving because he's trying to leave and put himself in the place of his peace, which I'm all for, but he's also looking to care for that child, or he's just leaving to leave and let the woman deal with the child?
He probably made it clear that he's not ready.
No, the
I
trouble is coming after.
No, I get the fact that
Yeah.
you're not ready. I get the fact that you're not ready, right? Now there is an innocent child in play that you had said you're not ready, right? But you also did not take the precaution to make sure that it did not happen, because you're not leaving the responsibility to the woman because you said I'm not ready. She's ready. You're not leaving the responsibility to her to make sure that the pregnancy doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Because she wants it, so she can make sure that it happens.
Right.
But you do not want it.
Right.
You're very clear that you do not want it. But what do you do?
Exactly.
It's your responsibility to make sure that it doesn't happen. What do you do to make sure that it doesn't happen? If you did not do what you should have done to make sure that it doesn't happen, and it happens, and it has happened, she wants it, you don't want it. Now, do you take responsibility in the part that you played in it, and also say, okay, I will take responsibility of the child when it comes? Because
have
you
no
have
option.
to.
You should have
because
no
it's
option.
not it's not up to you now that the child is here and I did not want it, you go take care of it because I did not want it. So what did you do to stop? Because I don't like when we leave the responsibility to say it is a woman who has to make sure that it doesn't happen, because I did.
Absolutely
You
not.
know when it was coming and you make sure that it got in there.
And most
Right.
of the time, you're the one that even. I'm sorry to cut you short. 90% of the time, you're the one that initiated this whole thing, bringing this child to this world. 99% of the time. And then the woman gets pregnant and you don't want to have the child. Some of them even tell them, get rid of the child or forget about me.
Because
And then
you
the woman
want it.
wants the baby. And then you start acting up, but it's still your responsibility.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you have to own it. And you have to take care of the child. All right? If you choose to leave, believe it or not, one day, you can be told.
Yeah. So I like the fact that you said when things happen, right, do not just look at what the other person did. Also look at the part that you play. What is your responsibility
Right.
in what happened?
Right.
Because sometimes you feel like, oh, this person hurt me so bad and I didn't do anything wrong.
No, I
There
don't
cannot be
hear that.
nothing that you didn't do. What is
Right.
your
Yeah.
own
Yeah,
part in it?
accountable.
Exactly.
Yes. And then look at that and then maybe come from there
Right.
to find your peace. Or that's why I'm saying you didn't want it, yes, but you
You
didn't
need
make
to
sure that it didn't
precautions to
happen.
make
Right.
So take responsibility of that. At least I would take responsibility of the child, but I don't want the relationship anymore because we had discussed this that
Right.
it was not the time.
Right.
But it still happened. So I would take myself out
Right.
of that situation, but I would take care of the child.
Right. And playing devil's advocate here, on the other end, I went to Albany State Black School for college, right? And I was in the room with my roommate one day, and she is an African American, and she was like, I'm just gonna cut that rubber out with my finger. I'm just gonna do my nails. So there are situations where the guy doesn't want the baby,
And she's
the girl wants the
accepted.
baby, and she does what she gotta do to have this child. So it puts the child in the guy in a very difficult situation because they did all they could do, and they're asking themselves, how did this happen?
You understand?
You understand what I'm saying? So it kind of depends, but the bottom line in what she's saying is that there's a baby.
So in that
So
case,
regardless.
in that case where the guy actually took precaution, but the girl played the guy. So do you think she should be responsible enough to be capable to take care of that child, even if the guy is not present?
But that child is
I think
innocent. So you're looking now at the mom seem to be. I know that we all.
First of all, the guy doesn't know that that's what happened.
We all, yeah, okay. And then you just come and say, okay, yeah, you don't know that that's what happened.
Yes.
And
So
we know that
let's
there's a 99%,
Yes.
that 1% chance, even
Yes.
when you use a rubber, that
So what
that
were
will
you
happen.
doing it?
Yeah.
I'm,
What
Yeah.
were you
I'm
I mean what?
Where are the rubber?
There's that 1%. We always say there's that 1% chance that it could happen. Or maybe that's a 1% chance. So you run now because the 1% chance happen. I mean, it's not 100%.
It didn't happen
And why
because
does it
of
have to be on your
1%
own
chance.
time?
Yeah, but now you don't know.
Right.
Now mom is already
It
saying
didn't happen
you
because
know
of
that that's what
1%.
happened, but you didn't
You
know.
did not
then.
know at that
So
time.
if you don't want it, you just abstain.
If you can, that's
What was sex?
Okay, that's a
It's
good
made
choice.
to have, but it's made to have kids.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, you're doing it with some kind of responsibility. For a woman to get to that place, women, it takes us a while. But for a woman to get to that place, you know that she's been through some things. Okay, maybe she's overgiving, maybe he's just doing this for whatever reason, right? But if you're matured enough for that thing to come out to make a baby, there's no way the woman is going to take care of the baby by herself.
Absolutely.
Because it's still your seed. So I will never give a man a pass. I hope I'm one of those judges where I'm there.
Oh yeah.
I'm sweet to the guys, but I feel like they need to.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
Especially when we are taking care of. Because I know a good woman is intentionally taking care of her mindset, is intentionally doing the right thing. I will never do anything to do something to my baby daddy or something. Oh, actually, when he does well, he makes money. The kids are well, right? So if you have that kind of a person, there's no reason why you should just disappear or don't take care of your child.
But
There's
unfortunately,
some
there are men that do that. They just disappear and just like, okay,
Yeah.
things are hard for me now, and I'm just abandoning you with the kids or the kid, and yeah.
This can go on and on.
No, you can go on. I'm not stopping nobody.
Oh no.
I was just trying to prep my confessional.
Oh
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
I thought you wanted us to.
Yeah, no, but the bottom line is that we just don't. We have to be very intentional that as soon as you start doing that thing that you guys are both having fun, there's going to be a third party that might show up.
Yeah, might. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
and if
yeah.
that third party show up, you have to be intentional to put you aside
So I'm
for
gonna
the sake of that child.
come out of it.
So no matter how you say it,
Yeah.
we don't want to put the child in a place where
Yeah.
they're choosing. If I love daddy, mommy will get mad. If I love mommy, daddy will get mad. They're in between how to express themselves, how to show their emotions, because they're in between adult nonsense.
Yeah.
We never want to put the child in that kind of a
Or start using kiss as spice, like,
Yeah.
what did daddy do? What did daddy and his new girlfriend do? Or what is daddy's new
Yeah,
girlfriend?
it's-
And then the thing is, maybe at that stage, the child doesn't know what's happening. But as they grow, a lot of things happening in their psychic with that information.
Right.
And we've had guests here who have said, I would never get married because of probably the way I saw my parents being treated, or the way I saw my dad treating my mom, and things like that. So you don't know there's a lot of things that the child's psychic picks up, and then they grow up and then they start taking decisions, or you just see them behaving a certain way in society, and
right.
Yeah.
yeah.
So thank you guys for the conversation.
Your chuckles, this
Is there so from your experience, right? The both of you even, but you're our guest, so I'm not hushing you.
Oh no.
Dimples.
Because she says it all the time anyways. How can we bridge this gap? How can, and I think, I don't know if we answered this question, right? Because a lot of the things, so I'll say that a lot of things you said hit home, right? So I'm quiet, I'm processing, but how can someone heal, like you said, find a way to heal, right? I really don't know how that happens. And I know, and that's why when I was going through my phone, and so we have a list of confessionals, right? I was going, but then we have some that we've curated from social media, and I picked one that has to do with religion because we're here again. and it has to do with faith and everything. How do you say something or speak to yourself? I don't know that I believe in that, and I don't know how to walk my mind towards it. I'm saying all of this to say that some people are just weak minded, right? Now, I'm not saying that because they're weak, they don't take care of their kids. There's some people that have put their pain above their responsibilities, right? How do we? What advice do you have for people like that who have just almost given up and are so pessimistic and cannot even show up for themselves?
Right. And that happened, and it happened to me, right? That happened, and it happened to me, and it's okay. It's a stage where we all go through as women at some point, where the pain is just overwhelming. You know, my son, at some point when he was younger, I was a single mom. I was, you know, in an executive role, and a lot was happening, and the pain was affecting my job, affecting me, being a good mom and stuff like that. So I made a conscious decision that right now I'm not ready to really be there 100% for the kid. So I sent the kid to my sisters in Atlanta. I have a lot of sisters. And then he came back, and my mom came and took him to Cameroon because I needed that time for me. So, and during that time now I could really sit back. Remember, I was pregnant when the whole relationship went apart, right? I already had a child, and I was a single pregnant woman. You know, so you can imagine the hurt and the pain. And in that pregnancy, I could see my ex with the newborn relationship in front of me, hugging and kissing, and I was 5 months sitting in an occasion. But I don't know the tenacity or the mental strength that I had.
No, you do, because now you're saying, I'm just feeling some kind of way, goosebumps, and it feels like my chest is tight.
And that's when, so now context matters, and this is how I understand, because I want to say, just like you said, that sometimes it's not always a good thing, but you can excuse certain behaviors when you know people's journeys, right? She's pregnant, and then she's going through that. I'll hide the bikini.
You hide and how, mama?
Yeah, but what I mean is, what was
she's saying she hide the child from the
and maybe I'm
parents.
just speaking, but I'll not judge somebody like that.
Right.
Because true, we're agreeing that he didn't have to be with you if he didn't feel this way. But the empathy just goes.
It does. It really does. It really does, especially with my daughter. It was a very difficult moment in my life. But I had an organization, because I think my job actually helped me, because I had to show up and be a boss. I had to show up and lead and sit as a PNT chair and command the medical team and write policy and procedures and do this. So I could not afford even to be down. But I understood that taking a break sometimes helped. I had to say, you know what, I need to pause and take care of breaks. So I took a break for about a month. I took a leave of absence for about a month. I traveled to Cameroon, left my son, and then came back pregnant. And when I came back pregnant, I was staying by myself. And during that time, my sisters were taking turns to be around me, because it was a very hard, difficult moment for me. But I think that during that time I was reading, and I became extremely prayerful. I thought something was wrong with me. I used to honestly go outside when nobody's there in the middle of the night without my clothes on. I said, God, this is me and this pregnancy. You brought me to this earth. Heal me. Whatever I'm doing, help me. Right? It was that painful, because I cannot understand why is the second one and this is happening again. But I feel like that journey is like the best thing that happened to me, because my husband now gives me everything that I need and more. You know, I don't question his love. I don't worry about his love. I think that I love him more and better because of what I went through. And I think that our family, we've had nannies that have come and stayed, and God has blessed us to raise all the 5 kids together. They don't even know which one is my child, which one is his child. They're all confused. But if I tell you that that was an easy moment in my life, I'm lying, right? But I had to one day put that thing on the table, like I said. I didn't speak to myself because I didn't know how to. I'm saying that now because I read books. I'm a coach. I'm a mentor. I went to Maxwell. I talked to Les Brown. It's like my dad. You know, Lisa and Nicole, those are my people that I walk through in the mentorship field, right? But I put that on the table and I cried. And I cried through it. I cried through that pain. I said, but why am I here 5 months pregnant and they're kissing in front of me?
Sorry.
Oh, this is a tough topic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but this is healing. So I said, why am I 5 months pregnant? And that is happening right in front of my face. But I had to put that, talk about it, cry through it, and heal through it. And if you see that girl, she's the one that ordered the snails. She's 21 years old today. She's almost 22 in May. And it's the most, oh, you guys.
Yeah, really.
This girl. Can you give, you guys are both, it's a sweet journey when I think about it. It makes me to be able to get on stages and talk to women and empower young girls, because I'm not saying it from a place that I have not been. I'm saying it from a place that I have been. And that's why I decided to go, because there's a way to coach people like that. So if I have a young girl that comes to me now, I will make her feel it. I'll make her go through it. I'll make her go inside of her and get that thing out, because she has to feel that pain. She can't put it under the table, right? You have to feel that pain. You have to deal with it. You have to
process it.
Yes, before you can be able to sustain a man like the husband that I have. Because my husband now is not easy either. Right? My husband now is not chicken change.
He's smiling.
Yeah, he's not chicken change. So I had to go through that to be able to handle the man that God has given me right now. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry at all.
All is well that ends well.
Right. Yeah. Don't be sorry. So I think it is just so amazing that we have you here, and your experiences is it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of mirroring it's kind of a mirror of certain things that we've gone through, and you speak how you've gone through it, how you've healed, and how you're here now, right? I think that's when we become emotional, but it's inspiring to know that you can go through it, you can heal, you can come out of the other side and actually stand strong and be happy and be whole. I'm a big believer of being whole.
Yes,
right.
Definitely.
And
Aww.
being whole in being whole in yourself. And we go through so much hurt and pain, and that we try to be strong,
Yes,
and
yes.
like you said, mask it and not truly heal.
Yes.
But
Yes.
when you see someone who can step aside and say, I want to be whole, and find ways to make it happen and actually be, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And
It is.
and the fact that you're putting the resources out, putting yourself out there to help other people be whole, it's inspiring to me. Yeah. So don't mind
feel
the
bad.
tears.
You guys are-
It's basically good tears.
Yeah, I feel bad, but all I have to say is that the pain is there, the journey is there, but we can all intentionally make it through.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an easy course, it's not an easy path, but it's a pain that it was ordained by God for us to go through that, to be who we are today. The reason why I'm able to do what I'm doing today and be able to be married to who I'm married to and stay married for 20 years, thank God, because I thought I would have killed him by now. It's because I dealt with that.
Yeah.
I'm just being authentic and honest.
Yeah, and there are people who are truly lost. Like, it's not like they don't want to heal or they don't want to move on, but they don't know what to do, and they don't even know the first step to take. And I think they just not the masking. They kind of do what Sam said, like look for someone else to think that, oh no, maybe when I'm with this person and I feel better, that is going to go away. Yeah.
Let's take a short
Yeah.
break. We'll be right back.
Yes, so this is a practical example of having real conversations. And I always end with the Abigail. Abigail is a name, but it's more than a name, it's a framework, right? And if you go through the circle, you must first arise. A stands for arise, means arising from your current state. B stands for belief. When you arise and cry through it, you believe that you have it in you to make it. You believe, you affirm it, you say it. Once you believe, you ignite that natural seed of greatness that is inside of you. Say A for arise, B for believe, I for ignite. And when you ignite a seed, what happens? It grows, right? So G is you grow to the person who you want to be. You grow to the professional, the mother, the relationship. When you grow, you begin to achieve or accomplish the goals. And when you achieve it, this is the pivot, the part that you need to really pivot to invest. That's the I. You invest in yourself and others, and then you can lead. Leading yourself to abundance and to significance, because success is not just the money, it's significance, means you become significant to the world, right? So let's all arise from our current state. Let's not put it on the table. Let's talk about it as ladies. Let's deal with it. And again, mothers, fathers, please leave that child alone. Don't bring it into your adult issues, okay? Leave them alone. So you can find me. You can go to all the social media handles and just type the Abigail Framework. You will see me. We have an amazing 3-day conference coming up in October in Owings Mills, Maryland. I can't talk anymore because these two ladies over here. I love them though. Owings Mills, Maryland, October 16th through the 18th. And also, if you are talented with something, you want to be a coach or a consultant, you can definitely reach out. Above all of this stuff, just be a good parent to your children. I love you guys so much.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Banter Brigade. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next episode.
Pleasure to welcome you to another episode of the Banter Brigade, where the African diaspora sees it as